Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. It's Thursday afternoon here, just after 2:30. Welcome to all of you joining us on our digital platforms, hopefully watching live, or maybe you're watching this a bit later. We appreciate it. Want to give you an update on a couple of the stories we see that you're clicking on our website today. The big one is this fire that's burning in downtown Houston, and it's a big one too. And the rescuers had to be rescued themselves earlier today. This was pretty scary for them. 3 firefighters pulled from that burning building there. This is on Main Street, and it is some sort of market there, right at on the 900 block of Main Street in downtown. One of those firefighters had to go to the hospital. We haven't heard specifically about his injuries yet, but we've been told that he is stable and his family has been notified, so that is good news. This started about 8 this morning, again on Main Street. And all crews were eventually pulled from this fire. 150 firefighters on scene. We did have an email from a woman who said her parents built that building a long time ago. They sold it back in the 1960s. This building might be 100 years old or so, but she says it's the old Krupp and Tuffley building in downtown Houston, if you're familiar with that. We've not confirmed that, but this woman was fairly certain that is the building that is on fire. It's some sort of store or market. You see a Main Street market there. You may see that on some of the pictures you're looking at. So Main Street market on fire in downtown Houston, and we don't know a status on how much of that they have out at this point. I know they're trying to protect the other buildings from catching fire. That was the main focus at one point today, just to protect the surrounding structures, because you can see there's other big buildings there right adjacent. So that's what's going on downtown. We'll have the latest from the scene there on the 411 coming up here in about 90 minutes or so. Other big story today that you're clicking on, you want to know about the Astros Game 4 against the New York Yankees. The weather's cleared. That will be happening tonight, at least as of right now. So 7:08 is the start time. That's the local start time here in Houston from the Bronx. And the big news is, if you're already looking forward to the next series, if you're confident that the Astros are going to take out the Yankees, which we all are hoping will happen, of course, then you're looking toward the World Series, right, against the Washington Nationals. We can tell you the Astros put individual World Series games tickets on sale today. Happened about an hour and a half ago, started at 1 o'clock. And so here's the deal. Limited number of individual game tickets, online only, astros.com/postseason. And we had someone here in the newsroom get on there and see what was exactly available. Standing room only is all they're selling at this point, and you can only buy 1 seat at a time with the purchase. 1 standing room only seat, and it ain't cheap. Let's just put it that way. $235 for a standing room only seat for a World Series game. Of course, the first 2 games will be here in Houston. If the Astros make it that far, I should say when the Astros make it that far, let's be optimistic, right? So the first 2 games of the World Series would be Tuesday and Wednesday nights here in Houston. That's next Tuesday and Wednesday. So there you go. If you want to get a standing room only seat, be in Minute Maid to see those games, that's a great way to do it. You just have to find $235, which I know isn't easy. Let's talk weather, because we have some action in the Gulf today, a system brewing out there. It's late in the season, but it is happening. Blake Matthews watching that for us. Blake?
That's right, Russ. We have a developing system in the southwest Gulf of Mexico. This is potential tropical cyclone number 16. The good news here is this poses 0 threat to the state of Texas. However, if you are planning on headed towards Florida, Alabama, maybe even extreme southeastern portions of Louisiana, that does include Plaquemines Parish, this system is headed that direction, likely going to bring some very heavy rain. So here's a little closer look at the system right now. As we zoom on in, you will see that we are talking about a very poorly organized system to the east of Tampico. Here's the very latest from the National Hurricane Center. Winds right around 35 miles an hour, moving to the north at 7. That pressure holding at 1,007 millibars. Here is the cone. Look how narrow that cone is, by the way. So pretty good forecast confidence that this is headed right for the Florida Panhandle, where currently we do have a tropical storm warning in effect along portions of the Alabama and Florida coast, along with Plaquemines Parish in southeast Louisiana. Now, once the system pulls off the east coast, moves up through the Carolinas, it will become extratropical and move away from the United States. Again, Local impacts limited to rough surf, minor coastal flooding, but that will be the extent of it. We're really not even looking for rain with this system. Here's a look at the computer model. As we put this into motion, this takes us through 8:30 this evening, becoming a tropical storm as it moves out towards the north and east of New Orleans in the general direction of Panama City. Now look at the wide swath of rain pushing through the southeast, through Georgia and Alabama into Florida. This is very welcome news for those folks as we are dealing with a pretty significant drought over there, and we'll show you that coming up in just a second. Tropical storm warnings you see in the blue, tropical storm watches in the yellow. That does include Panama City, Perry, all the way back down to areas north of Tampa and north of Hernando County. There is a look at the drought monitor right now. The entire state of Georgia in moderate to severe drought. We even have some abnormally dry areas across Florida and getting into Alabama as well. So again, much welcome rain for the southeast U.S. Take a look outside right now. Clouds continue to hold here across the Houston area. That has also held our temperature down to 65 degrees up there at the big airport. You can see some rain offshore. A few scattered showers out there to the west and southwest of the Houston area. Our rain chances today here locally will remain limited, although you may see a few scattered sprinkles out there towards Sugar Land, getting down towards the Angleton area, Lake Jackson, Freeport, out towards El Campo and into Columbus as well. Check out the temperature, 62 right now out there in Cleveland, 65 at the big airport, 70 in Sugar Land, and 65 degrees there on Galveston Island. These temperatures are a little bit warmer out to the west where they've seen a little bit of sunshine for today. Locally across our coastal counties, 7 to 8 degrees cooler than this time yesterday afternoon. We still have that northeast wind bringing in that cooler air. And temperatures will continue to drop throughout the night tonight. We're talking about temperatures in the lower 50s once again. As we get into the 10 o'clock hour, look at this, 58 degrees at Bush Airport, 57 Conroe, 59 up there in Huntsville. And then by the time we get to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, this takes us right there, 55, 52, 50 in Huntsville, College Station, 56 degrees there in Sugar Land. So you may need a light sweater as you get ready to leave the house first thing tomorrow morning. In the meantime, taking a look at the next 7 days. Tomorrow going to be a gorgeous day, lots of sunshine, 80 degrees, 86 degrees heading into your Saturday, getting close to 90 as we get into Sunday. But look what happens. We have another cold front moving through on Monday. That drops our temperatures back down into the 70s for daytime highs Tuesday into Wednesday. And pay attention to Thursday. Right now, indications are a very strong cold front will work its way through the area on Thursday, and that could very well bring the coldest temperatures so far this season. We're talking about widespread 30s and 40s getting into the overnight hours heading into next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the next. We'll continue to keep you updated on that, and we'll have a whole lot more on your full forecast coming up on the 411 today beginning at 4.